All right, good morning, everyone. Once again, my name is Sean Williams, and I am the Assistant Director here at the Graduate Student Center here at Penn. And welcome to today's Incoming International Student webinar. Our webinar today will conclude with a Q&A. So we just respectfully ask that you hold all questions off until the end, and we ask that you ask your questions in the chat box. So we will get started in just a second. Alrighty. So during this session today, you will learn about a few things. So we're going to talk to you a little bit today about online resources, housing, transportation, shopping, finances, healthcare, immigration, and we'll talk to you about a little more. So presenting today, once again, it's me, myself. I'm Sean Williams. I'm the Assistant Director of the Graduate Student Center. Ryan, Ashwara, and Shaway, if you guys want to go ahead and present and just introduce yourself really quickly, feel free to.
Thanks, Sean. Welcome, everybody. I'm Ryan Villanueva. I'm Assistant Director for Integration and Community Engagement at ISSS. That's International Student and Scholar Services. So glad you could join us today. Aishwarya?
Hi, everyone. I'm Aishwarya Pawar. I am the Vice Chair, the Graduate Vice Chair of the International Student Advisory Board. I am a PhD student in the Penn School of Medicine. And it is very nice to see all of you join us today.
All righty, and thank you guys very much.
Oh, yeah, I just found that I was muted. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chi Wei, and I'm one of the ISS advisors at ISSS. So I'm here today for your immigration part of questions. Welcome, everyone, to Penn.
Thank you, Shuwei. And just so you all see my face, I'm here. So hello again, and we welcome you here, and we're very excited to be here. All right, so I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about housing and transportation. So as you plan for your housing, it is very crucial and important, and we recommend that all students seeking housing, you want to start your research around now, which is May and June. Properties can fill up very quickly here at Penn, so if you haven't done so already, we would encourage that you start that search as soon as possible. All right, so where do graduate students live here at Penn? So a large majority of our graduate students here live off campus. So it's about 92%. And most graduate students who reside on campus live in high-rise buildings, live in the high-rise building called Sampson Place East. So on-campus housing for Sampson Place, convenient on-campus location with convenient access to public transit. Academic year leases, summer housing is available. The site has 24-hour security and front desk services. Furnished units with all utilities included. It has campus video network, an exercise room, coinless laundry, and a diverse community from all academic programs. So room assignments start in April, so it's good to start applying now. So it looks like it's already started, but I would encourage you to start looking ASAP. So Penn off-campus services. So I'll talk to you a little bit about what the off-campus services offers. It assists and supports Penn students with locating off-campus housing, understanding lease agreements and their rights and responsibilities as residents, and resolving disputes with landlords. So resources for graduate students also include a detailed online housing guide for graduate students, including specific landlord and building information, a searchable database of apartment listings, including a roommate database, interactive maps of the area, information about temporary housing, as well as video modules highlighting the apartment search process in the neighborhoods where students live. So if you want to learn more about those resources, visit www.upenn.edu/off-campus services. So we also have our annual graduate student housing webinars. Those will be coming within the following weeks here. So what those are an expanded introduction to graduate housing options, how to apply, as well as more on transportation and other crucial campus services. So to learn more about that and to join, you want to go ahead and visit www.gsc.upenn.edu/new student webinars. And I'm going to provide the Graduate Student Center's information a little later. So if you want to reach out to me directly about those, I can talk to you more about them. I will also be co-hosting those sessions. All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about Penn Transit. So here at Penn, we have free shuttles, Penn Bus, and accessible transit for those with a Penn card. It operates 7 days a week, late nights and weekends. Penn also provides a security walk-in escort service 24 hours a day on campus. So for more information, please visit www.upenn.edu/transportation. And you can also see an interactive map with public transportation, driving, biking, and walking. So if you go ahead, this is a little bit.ly link, but you can still access that information by looking at the link above, upenn.edu/transportation. All right, so the transit service that is within Philadelphia region is SEPTA. So once again, it provides transit services within the Philly region. And the services are buses, trolleys, subways, and trains. We also have what's called Lucy, which is a free shuttle here in University City, and you can access that with your Penn card. So for more transportation information, please visit www.septa.org. All right, so next I'd like to briefly talk to you about financial resources. All right, so cost of attendance. Cost of attending Penn for an academic year, including direct costs. It includes direct costs such as tuition and fees, and indirect costs such as living expenses, books and supplies, transportation, and personal expenses. So you want to consider this as a part of your budget each year. Each program has a unique cost of attendance. And so for more information that's more specific to your program and how you can align your budget for the year, it would be best if you visit the link below, which is www.srfs.upenn.edu/cost budgeting/graduate cost attendance. And as we get to our Q&A, if you have more questions about that, I would encourage you to write in the chat, and you can reach out directly to me. All right, so paying your tuition. So Penn Pay is Penn's online billing system. You will receive an auto-generated bill from Penn before each semester that lists your tuition and fee charges, as well as any semester charges for university housing or a dining plan. So you're going to want to visit srfs.upenn.edu and make sure you go and visit billing payment. And for billing and payment information, you can also see the following link, which is srfs.upenn.edu/billing payment. All right, so the local banks around our campus in Philadelphia. So we encourage that you set up a bank account in the US as soon as possible. So you should do that. You should also sign up for direct deposit with Penn as soon as you have a US bank account. And you can sign up through portal.apps.upenn.edu /Penn Portal and Touch /. And forgive me for reading all of the links. I can provide these for you all also at the end of the presentation. But also some of the banks that we have that are in the immediate area and within Philadelphia are PNC Bank, Citizens Bank, Santander Bank, Student Federal Credit Union at the University of Pennsylvania, TD Bank, and Wells Fargo Bank. And these are highly trusted banks within not only the Philly region, but within the Northeast region. So I would encourage you to do some more research on those before you select which bank is best for you. So credit card information. Credit cards are used often in the US, but can be difficult to obtain for international students. It may be easier to apply for a credit card in your home country before arriving. Major credit cards in the United States are Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. Most credit card interests may range from 12% to 25% per year. So try to pay off your credit card each month. If your credit card is lost or stolen, you should file a report with the police and notify the credit card company immediately. So for more information about good financial habits, you can visit gsc.upenn.edu/resources, graduate funding and finances. All right, next I'm going to turn it over to Ryan Villanueva, and he's going to talk to you all about personal items. So take it away, Ryan.
Thank you so much, Sean. So first, we'll cover mobile phones. There are a number of different carriers here in the United States, and some local shops right around campus are Sprint, AT&T, and Verizon. The university also partners with an organization called J1 Sims, and the website there, you can explore a little more to learn about the different options that are available for you. And one thing we just note is that whenever you're signing any sort of contract or agreement, just make sure that you understand the details and what you're signing. So that's just something to pay attention to. And it applies to anything like whether you're renting an apartment, buying a new mobile phone plan, that's something to consider. On the next slide. Sean, can you move to the next slide, please? To get things for your apartment, like furnishings, stuff for your kitchen, anything that you need, there's a number of different shops that you can get these things. In Philadelphia, definitely a lot of big stores, but one convenience is Amazon does have a location on campus, or they can deliver straight to your door. So that's another option that many of our international students use in order to get things shipped to their place. And Amazon at Penn is a really convenient thing. It's on Locust Walk, the main walkway through campus. You can just have things delivered to a locker there, and you go with the email confirmation, and you can pick up your item easily. You can return things through Amazon easily. So that's a nice convenience on campus there. Talking about shopping still, you may not have clothes for all seasons in Philadelphia, which experiences fall, winter, spring, summer. So it gets very cold in the winter, very hot in the summer. But if you're looking for any clothing, there's tons of shopping within Philadelphia that's accessible by public transportation. There's also a number of different used clothing, which this is actually the used shirt also. So I like to buy upcycled clothing and things that aren't new. So you're welcome to visit a number of different stores like Second Mile, Goodwill, and Buffalo Exchange. They have some good stuff as well. Talking about driver's license and state ID, there are some places, especially bars, if you go to a bar, you'll be requested to show proof of age. And many students don't like to bring their passport because because it's sometimes you could lose your passport and it's harder to replace a passport rather than a state ID or a driver's license. So this is one of the main reasons why students like to get their Pennsylvania state ID or driver's license. So an important thing to notice is that in order for your profile to be properly uploaded to the systems, you need to check into ISSS first, and then your CVIS will be activated. And then usually the systems over at the Penn Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, it takes a little while for the information to transfer there. So you just have to wait 10 days in order to get that. And just a note, part of that application to get a state ID or driver's license is proof of a social security number. However, many of you may be ineligible for a social security number right away. You'd need a job in the US to get a social security number. So for this step, you would just go to the Social Security Administration and request a letter of ineligibility there. So that's a little bit about the process for that. And you can learn a little bit more about that process and the steps that you need to get those documents on our website. So some additional items to think about before you start your Penn experience. This includes things like immigration, working on campus, and things like that. So for the I-20, if you're an F1 student, DS 2019, if you're a J1 student, you should receive information via email on how to apply for these. Essentially, in bigger picture, you're going to apply for your visa. You get your visa before you leave your home country because you need your visa in order to enter the US. And processing times vary widely, especially these days where the coronavirus pandemic is impacting a lot of visa services. Unfortunately, ISSS doesn't have much information about the hundreds of embassies and consulates across the world and the different situations impacting services. So for updates on timelines, processing, and services, it's best to contact your local embassy in order to get that up-to-date information. And so for more information about the application for the I-20 or DS 2019, you can visit our website. But on the next slide, I believe we provide some information. Essentially, once you're admitted, admissions offices, they'll notify you, the student, providing your admission ID. And then then they send us your information. And so that's where IPEN comes in. So IPEN is the database, the system that ISSS uses that allows you to apply for things like your I-20, will allow you later on as you're getting employment authorization through ISSS, you'll access IPEN to enter e-forms. So IPEN is the system that you'll be utilizing frequently with ISSS. So that's just a note about that. You can go to the next slide. For health and wellness, we understand there are a lot of questions regarding immunizations, vaccines. As per every year, the immunizations will be required for every year. So Student Health Service is the one that administers that process for all students. For more information about the insurance for immunizations, Student Health Service website will best be able to answer any of your questions if you look at the website down there, and we'll copy that into the chat later on so that you can go ahead and click on it. But that is where you'll get most of the questions. Unfortunately, since that's not our area of expertise, we don't have all the details, but these are the resources that you should be aware of in order to find more information. And setting up your Penn accounts. In order to access a lot of Penn websites and resources, you'll need your Penn key. That's a digital account, detailed logon and password that you'll need to set up, and also gives you access to your Penn email account. So a lot of these actually go through your school. You'll be provided a school email address. So if you're from the Graduate School of Education, it's like the end of the email address is at gsc.upenn.edu. So many of your questions can be directed there. So setting up your email address is often through Campus Express, where with your Penn key that you've set up, you can access your email. So that's the process of getting that. And eventually you'll be able to get a Penn card. Once you're on campus, the Penn card process is fairly simple. You just bring your, you'll bring your immigration details like your I-20 or passport with you to the Penn Card Center, which is located in the bookstore. They will be able to issue a Penn card. And that Penn card is often used to access buildings. If you're using the Penn bus later in the afternoons to go through West Philly or to Center City, that Penn card will be used to access the bus there. Next, a note about working on campus. So in general, employment for international students is unfortunately a little more complex than your domestic classmates, but in some cases, working on campus is pretty straightforward. You don't really need any extra work authorization from ISSS or from the government. It's just keep in mind that your hours per week during the academic year, whenever classes are happening in the fall and spring semesters, you should be working less than 20 hours per week. However, during breaks like winter break, summer break, you can work more than 20 hours if you're on campus. So Graduate Student Center has a great site that offers some options to find employment. So on-campus work, in that if you do have an on-campus job and you need a social security number, often to get paid and have that, you need that social security number. So once you secure an on-campus job, that's one way many students obtain a social security number. All right, Sean, back to you.
All right, Ryan, thank you for that. And sorry, everyone, if we're experiencing any technical difficulties. So I'd like to talk to you all a little bit about new student orientation on behalf of the Graduate Student Center and just here at Penn in general for graduate students. All right, so Penn offers several orientation programs for incoming graduate and professional students. So your school-specific orientation for academic information, the Graduate Center's orientation for general information about Penn in Philadelphia. So for more information on that, just visit the link below. I'll also provide this at the end of the presentation here. And then lastly, orientation activities for international students. And so if you visit the link below, you can get more information on that as well. All right, so you want to connect with your academic program. Here at Penn, there are 12 graduate schools. So for more information on programs, just visit upenn.edu/programs-graduate. You want to contact your academic department for information about your class registration and academic advisor assignments. So upcoming pre-orientation online sessions, for more information on that, you can visit gsc.upenn.edu. We'll have some housing webinars that will be coming shortly. And we will also later this summer have health insurance webinars. So for more information on that, just continue to monitor our website. All right, so coming this summer, Your World at Penn, an online community for Penn international students. Ryan, I don't know if you have any more information on this. If you do,
I can, yeah, just for all international students, ISSS is developing an online platform just dedicated to Penn's international student community. And we'll be launching this sometime in the next month or two. So all of you will be able to connect with each other and with campus resources and with current students. You'll get insights into what life at Penn is like. And so it'll be a great way for you to learn a little more information, share stories with each other. You could share resources. There'll be rooms called regional rooms where you can find some other classmates coming from your region and some updates from ISSS. So be on the lookout. You'll get an email inviting you to that. And Sean, the next one is about Forerunner. Forerunner Global, this is where we host a series of virtual sessions for all international students where we invite some faculty, staff, alumni, current students, ISSS staff to present information, we have current students act out some scenarios that you might encounter and how you can address them. So it's just a fun way to welcome you to Penn and welcome you to your new life here. So it's a great start, and that will be happening mid-July. I think if you click once more, a couple details will show up. Yeah, July 2021 online. We'll be sending you all some more details via email on that. So be on the lookout for those.
All right, so if you need more information and you have some more questions and you're not able to get your questions answered today during our session, we encourage you to contact both of us after, as well as our departments respectively. So if you have more information for ISSS, you want to contact them by visiting global.upenn.edu/ISSS. The phone number for ISSS is 215-898-4661. And if you need more contact information, we encourage you to visit the link below. Also, if you have any more questions for me today, or you want to reach out to anyone else that is a staff member at the Graduate Student Center, as well as check out any resources and any more information, I encourage you to visit our website, which is gsc.upenn.edu/resources/new students. You can also peruse around the website in general, just to get general information. And if you have any more questions after today, I encourage you to reach out to us at gradcenter@upenn.edu. All right. All right, so next I'd like to hand it over to Ashwara. And I'm so happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Sean. Again, hi guys, I'm Aishwarya Pawar. I am the Vice Chair, the Graduate Vice Chair for International Student Advisory Board. I work very closely with Ryan on a regular basis, and we make recommendations to ISSS about improving international student life on campus. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of you over here. It is very, very nice to have you over here, and we look forward to having you on campus. Ryan asked me to sort of prepare a little bit of advice that I could give for incoming students. I don't have much to say because Ryan and Sean covered a lot over here, although there are like a couple of things that I would sort of emphasize on. First of all, I think Ryan already mentioned this, and this is especially for students who are coming from like tropical countries. This was me a few years ago. You cannot anticipate how cold the winters get over here. People who have been living in the country for some time will tell you that it's fine, it's manageable, it's not as cold as other places in the US. But I can assure you that if you're coming from tropical countries, you have not experienced temperatures as low as this, and the winters are slightly longer than you would think. So come prepared for that. If you're coming in the fall, you will have like a month or two to sort of get all your winter clothing together, definitely, because like August and September are not that cold. It kind of starts getting colder later in the October. So make sure you prepare yourself for the winters as soon as you get here. And the second thing I would like to say is that Penn is an extremely vibrant community, and Penn officials, people at the international student office, as well as just the other offices at Penn, they are dedicated to provide you with the best service, the best advice, and the best in academics. So make sure you make the best of your time here, socially, culturally, academically, professionally. This time, it's basically, as much as you try to get out of it, you do have the resources to help you do the best. And the third thing goes hand in hand with the second piece of advice is that once you get here, you do feel sometimes that you are isolated in your experiences, especially if those experiences are, slightly negative, like homesickness or feeling isolated. I can assure you that the international student community over here is very, very diverse. And the chances are that somebody on campus has felt the same way that you have once you get here. So do not hesitate to reach out to us, because we have gone through the same thing and we can definitely help you cope with those bad feelings, right? So reach out to us. We are launching a very, very good platform for you to connect with each other and with us, and stay connected. If you need any help, please do let us know. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand it back to Sean now.
Thank you, Aishwarya. That was very great to hear, and I think that was good. We needed that, and I just want to thank you all for being here today. And once again, I want to thank you, Aishwarya, and I want to thank you, Ryan, for handling our session today. All righty, thank you very much, everyone. We're going to go ahead and conclude today's session. And once again, welcome to Penn. All right, everyone have a lovely day.